welcome back to my channel. It's me, Maddie. Today we're going to be doing a lovely little Pinterest holiday red rhinestone inspired makeup look. I saw this on Pinterest this week and it was very inspiring and pretty simple to do, really. Anyone could do it. Let's pin back that hair with these cute little mistletoe clips that I got from Walmart, and we're going to block out our eyelids with some, it's a very, very bright, way too pale for me, concealer, so I like to use it as an eyeshadow base from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's the camo concealer, it's not the hydrating one. We're going to take that ColourPop Stone Cold Fox eyeshadow palette, and we're going to be taking the shade Fascinated, which is a nice cool toned taupey brown. Anyone would do, but again, this palette is a very holiday inspired to me. I feel like this would be a perfect gift for someone. And we're just going to take that into the crease and do a nice little smoky outer eye. Nothing too crazy. We're just going to build it up until we get that little kind of a fox eye shape. Tap on the top lid. We're going to use the shade Dreamful, which literally looks like fallen snow when it's all sparkly in the sunshine. Looks exactly like that. I really like this shade. I would say it's one of those sequin ones, so when I put it on with my finger you can see the little subtle sparkles more than it would be with a brush. I felt with the brush it kind of dusted away all those little sparkles in it, but if you apply it with your finger it really keeps those sparkles on your lid. And I feel like these colors right here are very Marilyn Monroe, like something she would have used on her eyes for sure. And then we're just going to make sure it's nice and buffed out, nothing crazy, just so it has a nice soft blend. We are taking the shade Dreamful again, and we do put that onto our brow bone to have a nice raised and lifted look, and I just feel like it ties it in all together. We're taking a black felt tip eyeliner. Use whatever you want. This is just my favorite one. It's very transfer proof and I got it on BoxyCharm for like nothing. And we're going to create a nice, I would say for me, soft black wing. Nothing too crazy. Very minimal on the cat eye because we really want the red graphic liner to be more of the focus anyways. Like I said, I highlighted the brow bone with Dreamful to just add a nice very lifted look. I recently got this little acrylic palette and it's in the shape of a butterfly. How cute. But this is going to really help me when I'm mixing foundations or like this liner I'm about to do, because I won't get it all over and it's on the palette. And after we do that, we are going to apply the fun red liner. You can use a red liner you have. You could create one with an eyeshadow and a bit of a liquid base. But I decided to use a red liquid lipstick. You can use whatever red liquid lipstick you have, but I'm going to use my one from Rem Beauty called Meryl because it's such a transfer proof liquid lipstick, so I'm not going to worry about having to set it on my eyelids and it's not going to move around. I use this skinty little nail brush tool to create these little graphic lines. It just really takes focus and just patience because it's a red. Obviously you're a little scared you're gonna mess up, but like I said, makeup can be wiped off and restarted, and these lines, they're not perfect. Some of them are a little shaky, but that's okay because it's just for fun and for the holidays or whenever, and it looks good to me. We're gonna just start with these two lines and then we're gonna come back once we have our base on to put on the third red line because it's gonna be going underneath the black winged eyeliner. I figured I'd leave in my eyebrows today. It's the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in neutral brown, and then the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. I actually did add a little bit of the Schwarzkopf gel into my brow side just to add a little extra hold because the original formula was just not as holding as I would prefer. But I've been really simplifying my eyebrows, just a few little fills in, and then I stick them up and lift them so that they don't look too blocky, because sometimes when I look back at old footage I was just like, I am going a little too harsh on my eyebrows and I definitely don't need to. We are going to be taking a lash glue. Anyone will do, but this one is my favorite because it is so long lasting. I'll link it down below, but I get it off Amazon. It's just the most strongest hold lash glue I've ever used, and it's waterproof so you can cry in it. But we're just dotting it right above that first little red line wing and adding two little crystals. This obviously might take a little longer for you. Just I would suggest getting those pickup tools, but your fingers will work too. And then I decided to add one and another one right up by my eyebrow to match the photo that I was referencing. I never put rhinestones by my eyebrow, so I thought that was kind of fun. They just look like little twinkling lights on my eyelids, and I love this. I love Pinterest. It's such an inspiring platform. I've had one forever. I don't know if people still use it, but I definitely do. So I'll link mine below because I pin a million things all the time, and I have a lot of fun inspiring boards if you're interested. And to finish off the last rhinestone, we're going to put one in our inner corner. That's why I love Pinterest so much, because you can just find so many looks that maybe you would never have thought of, and I would never have thought to put rhinestones by my eyebrows. So it's always fun to see what other people are doing. We are adding a little mascara, and we're using the Wet n Wild Care Bears collection one, which I don't know if they sell still, but all of Wet n Wild's mascaras are really good in my opinion. And we are going to be adding a lash to this. You could not do a lash, but I'm always going to be doing a lash. And we're using that holiday collection from Kiss, the Lash Couture collection, and I'm using Dial Hollywood today. I almost went with the one called Cashmere with the rhinestones, but I felt like that might be a little too much on the rhinestones. For the base, we're going to go for a nice dewy, fresh complexion. So we're going to start with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade Light 1. This just is such a nice, juicy complexion boosting product. You could wear it by yourself or as highlighter or mix it into things. It's just a really beautiful product. It just has such a nice halo glow to the skin and makes it look nice and hydrated, which we all definitely need in this harsh winter. And here's my husband. He snuck in while I was in the bathroom and decided to film himself eating his sandwich, which I just thought was so funny and cute. Today for the base, we're using something I haven't used in a while. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 420. So much that I think I just used up the entire bottle. I don't think I've used up a whole foundation in a while, so it was pretty cool to finally finish this off. It is such a beautiful foundation, very long wearing, like it says. It doesn't look cakey, and I only used a little of what I had left, and it did a nice cover on the skin for the little amount I used. To brighten up the under eyes, we're using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Weight Erasers in the shade 100 and 160, which is the more pinky based one. I just did a little mix of the two to add a little bit more brightness and coverage to the skin. Another great drugstore concealer that's around on the market for a really long time, and it's a very well loved product in the beauty community for a good reason. For contour, we're going to be using the SheGlam Soft Tan Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour. Got this summer and I actually really like it. It's a great color. You can see where my natural hollows show off in the shadows of my face, so I just go ahead and add the product there, and then around my forehead, my nose, and my jawline, just to add a little bit more of a snatching quality. But this product is super blendable. A little goes a long way, and it never looks patchy, which I like. But you can build it up if you want to. It definitely reminds me of the e.l.f. Halo Glow wands. I think they have a contour one that I also like, so if you wanted to pick up that one instead, it's very comparable. Very similar formula. It's time to set our face, and we're going to be using the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Sheer Envy Loose Powder Oil Control. And I got the translucent one. I figured this would be good for the tutorial because it's cold outside and it says chilling. It definitely has a nice soft cooling feeling on the skin, and it is transparent, like I said. Has a nice blurring quality. It's not the most blurring powder I've ever came into contact with, but it is a good one from the drugstore. Now that we have most of our base on, we're going to go back in with that liquid lipstick liner and add our final red little graphic line right underneath that black eyeliner. I did my best to try to make them look like twins, but they're definitely more like sisters. But I just kind of followed my lower lash line and just did a straight up line to follow my lower line and kind of the shape of the eyeliner. I think this is such a fun, interesting eyeliner look. I'm glad I tried it out. I have another one I want to try that I found from a filter. That'll be one of my future videos. Some warmth into the skin. We're using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24 Fresh Wear Bronzer in the shade 200 Fair. This came out, I believe, this summer, and it's a very nice matte bronzer. And it goes along with the Fresh Wear collection, which is nice. We're going in with the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush in the shade Rosy Rosewood, which is exactly how it sounds. A very rosy, red-based blush. These baked blushes from Essence are some of my favorite. They add such glow and dimension to the face. I definitely suggest picking them up. Give that skin a very nice snow-dusted look. We're going to be using the Lottie London Diamond Bounce Illuminating Highlighter in the shade Frosted. I used this in my Cold Girl makeup last year, and this is definitely one of those Fenty dupes. It's so beautiful, so sparkly, and I'm obsessed with it. It looks wet on the skin even though it's a powder. I had a Lottie London Cinnabon highlighter in the last video, and maybe I need to try it with my fingers this time because I was pretty disappointed in it. And if it's the same formula as this, then it should be good. To fill in our lips, we're going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Cream Glide Lip Liners, and I'm using the shade Mauve Side. I do have a whole video swatching those, so I'll link it in the cards if you want to watch that. That video has actually been popping off, which also means more people are saying mean things on my videos, which I don't love that. It's more a reflection on themselves, but it never is nice to have someone say something mean to you. So I just will never understand that mentality of saying something that you could have just kept in your own brain. We're going to be using the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil in the shade Red Delicious. You will see as I apply it to my lips, there is nothing red about this Red Delicious. It's very subtle. There are some other ones. There's the brown one that I have. It definitely has more pigment to it. So I would definitely say you only really need to get one of these. But it does add a nice juicy, hydrated look to the lips and helps my dry ass lips in the winter. But we are going to add a little bit more red, and we're going to take the Revlon Colorstay Suede Ink Matte Lipstick in the shade Lip Bloom. These are so transfer proof, so you want a good red lipstick, definitely pick this one up. And we are putting it over that gloss, so it's definitely not going to be as matte and long wearing as usual, but it adds that pump of red that I was looking for, and it's not a full red lip if you're scared of wearing red lipstick. I get it, it's very attention grabbing, people will stare at you. The last video I did, that red lipstick I wore, I went over to my parents after, and the first thing my dad says to me is, "Whoa, that's red." Which didn't love that because it didn't feel like he was saying it in a positive form, but I felt cute, so who cares? Anyways, here is the finished holiday Pinterest inspired makeup look, and I feel like I did a pretty good job replicating the photo, which I'll pop up here again to show you, and I was really happy with it. It's definitely fun to try something out of your comfort zone, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, and know that you're loved wherever you are. Bye!